Hey guys, I wanted to come on here and talk about this case. And I know a lot of people have been emailing me this, but I haven't been able to get to it. So I wanted to kind of get to it now. But it says a Lehigh University student was allegedly scrawled racist graffiti on roommate stuff charged with poisoning him. Now, this is a situation that's reminiscent of the black girl who was being poisoned by her roommate. I think it was in Colorado. It might have been, or Connecticut or something like that, in which she was calling her Jamaican Barbie. But this situation, at this time, it applies to this white Asian. And you have a black man who it looks like he was somehow convinced that this person was his friend. Like, I'm not understanding what is going on in the mindset of black people where they don't know when they're around a white supremacist who doesn't like them. Like, I don't really understand this. But it says, I'm going to get, before I read into this, I am going to get to the news clip because I want to show you guys this, but this is a real issue, because the thing of it is that by now we should be able to know when we're in the presence of a racist and someone who has ill will towards us, and we just don't understand it. Like I don't think there was a time when I was around a white person who had a racist mentality and I just didn't know it, and who had disdain for me to the degree that they would be poisoning me and I just wouldn't know. Like, this is the thing. We as a community, by and large, we're not vigilant. We tend to lack the awareness that we need to have. We're so unsuspecting. It's literally almost like a child, because and it's not even like a child, because children, once they see something that don't seem right, they don't really trust after that. So I don't know what's going on with us, where it seems as though the people who are of another race are the ones that we give the most trust to, the ones we let our guard down the most, we feel like we're the most safe around. And I just don't understand that. But let me get to this news clip, and then I'll come back with some additional commentary, because y'all know when they're doing news clips, they don't necessarily give you all the details in it. But let's get into it.
Former student at Lehigh University in Pennsylvania is under arrest tonight, accused of slowly poisoning his roommate by lacing his milk and his mouthwash with a dangerous chemical. The two had been roommates for years, the victim saying he thought they were friends, but the poisoning isn't the only charge the suspect is now facing. Here's ABC's Alex Perez.
A Lehigh University student is behind bars tonight after police say he had been trying to kill his roommate for several months. Prosecutors say 22-year-old Yukai Yang from China faces several charges, including attempted homicide and aggravated assault. Authorities say the chemistry major carried out the attempted murder plot inside his dorm slowly and discreetly, putting a poisonous metal known as thallium and possibly other chemicals in his roommate Jerron Royal's milk and mouthwash.
Mr. Royal experienced extreme pain in his lower extremities, as well as severe burning and numbness.
Royal, who had been roommates with Yang for several years and thought they were friends, first reported his symptoms to police back in March: dizziness, shaking, and vomiting. That's when his blood tested positive for thallium. Back in April, Yang was arrested and released on bail for damaging Royal's television, bed, and desk, and writing N-word, "get out of here," in black marker.
Tom, according to police, Yang told them he bought the poisonous chemical but planned to use it on himself if he didn't do well on exams. Royal is said to be recovering but still suffering from side effects. Tom?
Alex Perez on that disturbing case tonight. All right, Alex, thank you. Hi, everyone.
Now, you guys heard that news clip, and it's funny that they said in the past that this Asian dude had written "nigger, get out of here" on and had damaged his TV and refrigerator, and yet this dude is still in this thing saying that he thought that man was his friend. That's literally what he said. Despite that, because before he even did the poisoning him, apparently this Asian dude was arrested for damaging his TV, his writing "nigger" on his stuff, and yet despite that, he still thought that was his friend. But this probably explains why there are a lot of black people who can date racist white people and they'll justify it. But it says, first he scrawled racist graffiti all over his roommate's stuff. Then he poisoned him. This is what cops say Yukai Yang, a chemistry major and former student at the school in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, did to his African-American roommate. Now he has been charged with attempted murder. But notice how none of these are putting racial implications on it. So they're giving him attempted murder, but they're not giving him a race-based charge. And this is very important because they're denying the racial implications. It doesn't matter if he's charged with attempted murder. It would be worse to charge him with attempted murder based on the fact that he is a black man. That's what they're leaving out. But of course, nothing gets done about this. Nothing gets addressed about this because this ends up being looked at as a temporary victory. It says, in a classic gaslighting move, the 22-year-old former Lehigh University student and chemistry major allegedly poisoned his longtime roommate, Juwan Royal, by slipping small amounts of rat poison ingredient thallium into his food and drink, prosecutors allege. Where is this boy's lawsuit to the college? It was a bizarre twist in what had seemed for years to be an amicable relationship, prosecutors said. Mr. Royal was as dumbfounded by this as anyone else, said the assistant district attorney. That's a problem. He believed that they had a fairly cordial relationship as roommates. Now, if you have a cordial relationship as roommates, would your roommates be writing nigger on your stuff and damaging your TV? But that took a rogue turn when Yang, who is from China, allegedly scrawled, "Get out of here," and a racial epithet on Royal's desk and thrashed the TV in bed. He was arrested in April for charges with ethnic intimidation, institutional vandalism, and criminal mischief. Now, they said he was arrested in April for that. This is in December. So how is it that he's done something in April? He damaged your TV, wrote, nigger, get out of here or whatever on your stuff. In April, he was arrested by this. Then in December, when you have this situation, now all of a sudden this man is saying, oh, I thought he was my friend. At the same time, prosecutors now believe Yang was adding thallium, a heavy metal, into food and drink in their shared refrigerator. Royale, on at least 2 occasions, was vomiting so severely that he had to be taken to the hospital by ambulance, District Attorney John Morganelli of Northampton County said in a press conference. In May, Yang admitted to buying the thallium and other chemicals, the Morning Call reported, but said it was to use it on himself if he didn't do well in school. He turned himself in on Thursday and was charged, in addition to attempted homicide, with aggravated assault, simple assault, and reckless endangerment. Look, still no hate crime. He's being held on $200,000 bail. He is no longer a student at the school, a Lehigh University spokesperson said, adding to the school is cooperating fully with the investigation. Now, notice how he's being charged with attempted homicide, aggravated assault, simple assault, and reckless endangerment, but he only has a bail of $200,000. So if his parents have the home, they can get him out. This is why I tell you, Asian is not a race. Asians are white. This is the treatment of a white person. Not getting charged with a hate crime, nothing race related, has a $200,000 bail. As for Royale, he has been undergoing medical treatment. Morganelli told reporters the victim is still experiencing physical symptoms from the poisoning that occurred. So this is something that has some lasting impact. Now, what he should be doing is suing this dude's parents. He should be suing these people's parents. And actually, he's probably old. He's probably over the age of 18. So he needs to be suing that dude. But the thing is, I'm willing to bet throughout this whole entire time, this black man probably didn't make one complaint on this dude. Because if he's sitting up here not even knowing that this dude is against him, he thinks this dude is his friend, despite the fact that he's vandalizing his TV and writing nigger stuff on it, then what? You get 8 months later, he's poisoning him, and dude's like, oh, I'm confused because I thought this was my friend, although back in April, he was writing nigger on my stuff, telling me to get out of here and vandalizing my TV, but I still think he's my friend. This is the problem. Because just as much as these men desire white women, they like white Asian women too. And I'm not saying one way or another whether this dude was a swirler. I don't know what his past was. But what I do know is he is very naive. And I don't understand how you weren't able to tell that this dude was poisoning you. Now he's sitting up in some hospital having to deal with heavy metal poison. This dude could possibly be out on a $200,000 bail living it up. Because he's certainly not being charged with a hate crime. But you guys let me know what you think about this. Thank you for your support, and I'll see you in the next video.